Hello, Lindsay. How are you?
I'm doing really well today, Michelle. How are you?
I'm good. I'm happy to be hanging out with you and our
Me
listeners on
too.
this Saturday episode.
Sassy Saturday. Sassy
Sassy
Saturday.
Saturdays. Yeah. But Lindsay, do you have anything that isn't working so well anymore, or it's not really in great conditioner? Oh my gosh. Condition, like tech, furniture, maybe
Oh,
clothes,
yeah.
something like that.
Yeah, I would say for sure. Our whole central air conditioning system is not working very well. It doesn't reach the upstairs. It doesn't
Oh
reach the
no.
second floor.
Oh
It's
no.
really cold and chilly, like you're in Antarctica downstairs. But upstairs, it's like you're in, I don't know, the Middle East in the desert or something.
Oh
It's
no.
crazy. Yeah. I
Oh
travel the
no.
world all over my house. It's wonderful.
Yeah. That's funny.
What about you, Michelle? Anything not quite working so well?
Let's see. I have to think about it. I just had to get a repair on my car because
Mm.
something there was a weird clinking noise. You ever have that?
Mhm.
And you're like, what is that noise? No.
Sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. I know about
Luckily
that.
it was an easy fix. I mean, I had to pay for it, but it wasn't too bad. But yeah, at first I'm
Good.
like, oh, is this car on its last legs? Oh no.
I
But
mean,
knock on
things
wood.
yeah, I mean, things age. How many miles do you have in your car out of curiosity?
I don't even know. I'd have to
Oh, you don't
check.
know. Okay. Okay.
No, it's probably not too much. I would say that Dan's car has way more because he used to
Okay.
travel go like an hour and a half to work each way.
Oh, yeah.
No,
Wow.
I just kind of use mine for going around town, but I certainly use it. I mean, a lot.
Okay,
But
got it.
not many long distances.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah. So today we're going to talk about how to express this idea of something is aging, maybe not working so well. Because recently I heard someone say something was on its way out. I can't
Mhm.
remember what it was, but it was about an object that wasn't in good shape. So I thought that's a really good way to talk about it. We're going to talk about that today, guys. Also, at the end of this episode, listen up because we are going to do a special poll on Spotify, guys. We love doing these special Spotify polls. We do them pretty much for every episode, I think, but the
Yep.
ones that we specifically announce on the show, we are
Mhm.
going to announce the results in a future episode. So if you're listening on Spotify, it's really a fun way to engage with us. So listen to the end to see what the poll is.
Yeah, and while you're at it, go ahead and hit the follow button, guys, to make
Yes.
sure you don't miss a single episode of All Ears English. When I was thinking about your question, I just looked down and I realized the best answer is actually my laptop. When I look at my laptop right now, Michelle, this was a laptop from 2019, what I'm using
Yeah.
right now, and I'm
Yeah.
missing the G key and the Enter key. The keys have
Oh.
fallen off, and it's so bad. It's on its way out, Michelle. It's so bad that I can't take it to conferences. I did buy a new laptop, but
Yeah, I was going to say I thought you had a new
yeah.
one.
So this is the one that actually works well, doesn't cut us off. The internet
Yeah.
doesn't like
Oh
something
my
is wrong with
gosh.
the other one. So that's the one I take
Uh
to conferences because I can't take this out at a conference in front of
that's
people. You're making a business deal. You're like, here's my laptop missing two keys.
Oh no, Lindsay. That's
But
funny.
it's just a better laptop, this older one, but it's really on its way out. So we
Yeah,
got to
on
do
its
something
way
here.
out. So yeah,
Yeah.
let's get into this. So what does that mean when we say on its way out? Something is on its way out.
It's basically saying that something will be totally unusable pretty soon in the
Yeah.
not too distant future, right? So, it means that it's broken or it's breaking. Ing in the
Right.
progressive form is just breaking down. It's maybe you need to throw it out, that kind of thing.
Right,
Okay.
exactly. So when we
Mhm.
say on its way out, it's not like out to dinner. It's like on its way to the garbage,
On its way
basically
out the door.
to
It
being
may be kind of
completely
yeah,
broken. Maybe it's not totally broken, maybe it's breaking, as Lindsay
breaking.
said, and then
Yeah.
it will be broken out. Yeah.
Exactly. So, for example, this jacket is on its way out. Look at this big hole.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we all know this. I mean, shoes, I tend to wear my shoes down embarrassingly long. I'll wear them for
Oh,
a
same.
long time.
Same.
But because things are just so comfortable, a nice nice pair of jeans, Michelle, a nice
Yeah.
pair of shoes. You just slip into it. So good. So good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Or, hey, here, look at this
Hey.
example. My computer is on its way out. It keeps crashing and it's pretty old.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, these days, how long does a laptop really last? I don't know, a couple of years before it starts to just get slow and that kind of thing,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. I think a lot
Mhm.
of it is making sure you clean well, no. I mean, on my
Mhm.
end, I have to delete things. That's
Mhm.
my issue.
Mhm.
I'll
Mhm.
realize I have all these all ears English Audacity, files of me doing whiffums and titles, and I was like, get there. It's like I
Get
don't
those
need
off.
them for like 3
Yeah.
years ago. I
No,
think I'm
exactly.
good.
Yeah, you're probably good. You're probably good. It's true. So your hard drive fills up, your downloads
Right.
folder. Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Yeah.
This one I love, has seen better days. I think there's a song. Isn't there a song?
Yeah, I've seen
Sing
better
this.
days, I think.
Mhm. Yep. So, meaning it used to be better. It is not in its heyday right now, right? It's not in
That's
its
another good
best
word.
moment. It is not
Yes.
is not in its prime, okay?
Yeah, and it's prime. Oh my god, look
Mhm.
at all these good vocab words.
Yeah. So, oh man, my nails have seen better days. Time for a manicure. And I guess this is really a common connection phrase because what people do is they're talking, they're connecting, and then maybe there's a lull in the conversation and you kind of look down at your nails and maybe you make a
Mhm.
comment like that. That's a connection
Mhm.
moment,
Yeah.
right?
Yep,
Mhm.
definitely. Or it doesn't have to be about something I mean, yeah, the nails, it doesn't have to be actually broken. It doesn't have to be technology, computer, things like that. It
Yeah.
can just be something that's not really doing so great. So, "Oh, this kitchen has seen better days. We need to clean it up."
Yes.
Right? It's just
Mhm.
gosh, we have, like a kitchen island in our kitchen, and
Mhm.
the house it looks so nice when there's nothing on
Oh,
it.
I
It's
bet. But
it's
it's
really
uh,
pretty. Like we painted around it. It's this beautiful periwinkle color, but it's just covered in junk.
covered papers and things. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
it's just
happens. There's got to be like a junk table in every
yes,
house,
it's true.
right? And it's usually in the kitchen, I think.
Yeah, yeah. So I might say, all right, this has seen better days. Let's clean this up.
Mhm, yeah. Do you try to clear that table off, that island off, like, every week, or do you just does it just kinda keep piling up? Like, when you
No,
clean the house, do you try to clean that up, or is that just its own disaster?
no. It was we do try and every few days kind of fix it up a little bit.
Okay.
Problem is I hate when there's too many papers because then I feel like I
Yes.
have to look at the papers and decide what to do with the papers. It's another thing if it's just a box of a food that needs to be put in a cabinet, right? When it's something you need to make a
Exactly.
decision about, then I'm like,
Exactly. You
oh,
can't.
then that's when it stays. And but the other day, so my parents were visiting, and
Uh-huh.
I forget where I went. I think I had to do some work, or I was just in the other room for a little bit. When I came back into the room, the island was clean. My parents
Oh,
had cleaned it for
wow. Impressive. Oh my
yeah,
gosh. Wow,
yeah.
okay, that's good.
So
But
it
yeah,
looks so
sometimes you
much
need a place
better.
to put those papers that you're not gonna
Yeah.
act on now, but you don't wanna forget about them. Oh
Oh,
gosh.
that's the worst. Or
I think all of our listeners know exactly what
everybody
we're talking about,
knows.
and now
It's
they will
very
have
universal.
a way to articulate this. Exactly. All right, we're gonna take a
Exactly.
quick break, and we'll be right back, okay? Okay, Michelle, other ways to say this.
Uh-huh.
Now, this is specific, more specific, on its last legs.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if we could say that about the island, right?
Right.
Because that's not the
No,
same
no,
thing,
it's not going
right?
to this is more specific about breaking.
Yeah.
So let's see. On its way out, you wouldn't say about the island has
No,
seen
you wouldn't.
better days. That's
Eh.
really you can use it about how something looks, right? Um,
Yeah. Yeah,
that's
yeah, yeah.
more could be a little bit more universal, but on its
Right.
last legs, that's about breaking.
Yes.
And it doesn't have to be about legs. It's not usually about
Right.
legs.
It doesn't have to have legs. This is coming back to items that are functional, have a function, and they work or they don't, right?
Right.
So we could say, oh no, this watch is on its last legs. Look at it. So obviously that watch does not have legs, but we're
Right.
saying its last legs means kind of like power. It's power. It's self-sufficiency, I guess,
Breaking
right?
down. That
Hmm.
reminds me in the episode we just did where you were saying a leg of a trip. It's funny how
Right.
many times legs
I know it's
can
true.
be
That's
used in
true.
different ways.
Yeah. Hmm.
So yeah, or this TV is on its last legs. Want to look for a new one with me? So
Nice. Love that. And then you can use the adjective worn,
yeah,
right? Worn, WORN. Get the app if you're wondering about how to spell that, because in the app you will see direct transcripts, guys. allearsenglish.com/app. This is the most direct and succinct way of saying this, right, Michelle?
Right. I would say this is the least fun out of all the ones we're teaching, but it's not a whole fancy expression, but it's one word, gets to the point. But I would say it's more, to me, I think of it as more about clothing than, like, I don't know that I would say the laptop is worn.
Yeah, or my car, like my car is
Yeah.
almost 300,000 miles. I wouldn't say it's
Oh.
worn. It's a little bit, it's other, yeah, it really works for maybe textiles, like things that you wear. I agree. It's been worn, right?
Right.
This coat is
Yes.
really worn. Look at this fraying. Well, is it more fun if we add worn out?
Yeah. Well, worn out, I feel worn out, but you can also say worn
Mm,
out for, I
yeah.
mean, yeah, I think, yeah, you could say worn
Pretty.
out. It's worn out. Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Oh my
might be
gosh.
actually, it might be a little more natural sounding, actually.
There's a lot of ways to say this. There's
Yeah.
one more we're going to give our listeners, guys. I hope you're writing these down. Not in good shape. What is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not doing well. But this can be, even, I think we may have done an episode about this in the past. I'm not sure. But you could do, our team is not in good shape. We really need to figure out what's going on. So maybe there's it could be even a sports team, right? Maybe you're on
Yeah.
a losing streak. You could say, "Oh, we're not in good shape." So
Right.
this is very versatile.
This, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, this can be used for an actual physical set of people, right? Not being in good shape, something at work. Or it can be used similar to the other one. You can come over, but I warn you, my house is not in good shape. It's a mess.
Yeah, exactly. And then in a more niche way, we might use this in terms of, physicality,
Right.
physical shape. Like, are you in, I mean, I would say I'm probably in better shape now than I was in February. And that naturally happens in the summertime because we're more active in the summer. I am, at least, right? Good physical shape. Like, can you
Right.
run a mile
Physical
in 10
shape.
minutes or something, for example? That
Okay.
idea, right?
Yeah,
It's about
right.
like your cardiovascular and your muscular strength. So that's a more niche meaning of being in shape. And that could be another episode for another day, Michelle.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
I think that is the one we did do, but
Okay.
I have to look and go back into the files.
Yes.
Um, anyway, so yeah, but these are all extremely useful. So let's put them together in a role play.
All right. So here we are, friends, and I'm helping you clean your room. Ooh,
Uh-oh.
scary, scary. Okay.
Sometimes I wish I could pay for one of those professional organizers,
I know, right?
a dream.
Yes.
Oh god,
Yes. Because
someone
it's about
fix this
so
for me.
much more than just the room. It's about your inner space, your inner
Yeah.
peace and
Ugh.
your mental state, right? All right, here we go. Let's see what we can do.
All right.
Okay, what about this shirt?
I guess it is kind of worn.
Yeah, let's get rid of it. And look at this book. It's not in good shape.
Oh, I know. Okay, trash it. I spilled syrup all over it.
Yikes. Ooh, okay. And is this your laptop?
Yeah, it's on its last legs. I'm just waiting for a good sale to get a new one.
Got it. Well, these shoes are cute.
Yeah, I guess, but they've seen better days. Maybe I can get them repaired.
That would be good. And this toaster looks like it's on its way out.
Yes, I need a new one.
I'll help you shop.
Okay. I'm really
Yes.
we're
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
going through it.
And most people only do this really on a deep level when they move, right? And that's
Yeah.
how, if people don't move that's what happened to my parents. They didn't move for like 30 years, right? They
Yeah.
stayed in our childhood home.
Yeah.
And then by the time they finally had to move, they had an entire attic just filled with stuff.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
and it's just crazy how that happens. I don't
It
know. It's
piles up over all the years. Yeah, I know. It's yeah.
wild. Yeah. So anyways, let's
Um
go through it, Michelle. What did we say here? The
All
shirt.
right. So
What
you
about
asked
the
me
shirt?
about the shirt, and I said, I guess it is kind of worn, right? So we said worn or worn out. We use a lot for textiles, for clothing, things like
Yeah.
that.
Yep, I like that. And then I said, "Yeah, let's get rid of it." And look at this book; it's not in good shape. So maybe the cover is tattered or something, right?
Yeah. And apparently it's
Mhm.
because I spilled syrup all over it. which, my
Jeez,
God.
eating pancakes and reading a book or something.
Yeah, I guess so. And then you said it, and is this your laptop? Which is hilarious. Like, can you actually not tell? It must be in really bad shape. No,
Is this
I
an actual laptop? Yeah, right,
yeah.
right.
And then I said, yeah, it's on its last legs, but I'm waiting for a sale. Yeah.
Mhm. Do you ever say it's on its last leg? Can we say that
On its
singular?
last leg.
I feel like I've heard that, have said that,
Huh.
on your last leg. We'll have to update our listeners on that another day, but for now, go with the plural, and we will update our listeners on that. So, for the next one, Michelle, you said, "Yeah, I guess, but I said the shoes are cute, and you said, "Yeah, I guess, but they've seen better days."
Mhm.
Right? And that's our
Yeah.
first one that we opened with today, which is great.
Right, right, right. And then you find a toaster.
Yeah.
All in the same room, which I don't know
Yeah.
what's going on here.
I know. What is
And
happening? Maybe you live
I
in a
don't know.
studio apartment or
Oh,
something.
maybe. And
Yeah.
you said, and this toaster looks like it's on its way out.
Oh my gosh. Big cleanup day over at Michelle's place. Okay.
Actually, it
Um,
does kind of sound like you are a professional organizer. You could have been.
yeah, I could have been one of those people you call in, kind of a consultant, right?
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So Michelle, shall we drop our poll? Let our listeners know about the poll for
Yes.
today. Big question
So,
here.
yeah, we want to know, are you good at getting rid of old items? Yes or no?
You know, that's a big question because because items do have sentimentality,
Yes.
right? They feel sentimental, they're part of our lives. So some people will sit, I mean, I'm guessing this is you, Michelle. This is me. I'll sit and go through each item and remember what it meant to me. Maybe not a toaster, but like other things. I don't know, a shirt. Oh, I wore that when I went on that date with
Oh,
that person. So
oh
it'll
my
take
God.
days to do this kind of clean out for me.
Yeah. Well, once I remember my mom was trying to help me get rid of some things,
Oh.
and I said something like she was making fun of me because I called some shirts my emotional shirts. And she was
Yeah.
like, "You can get rid of the emotional shirt." It's just I meant shirts that I'm, old camp shirts and old
Yeah.
from
Oh,
when
for
I was a
sure.
waitress, and I
Yeah.
don't know.
You
I
need
gotta yeah.
part of your life, right? I mean, and so that's why
Yeah.
it's always good to have one person who just is
Yeah.
neutral. They don't care about these items, so they push you to, keep moving, putting things in the trash or donation, by the way, also great.
Yes, I donate a lot, but
Anyways.
I like to like I've gotten a little better. It's still not with the emotional shirts, but with the
Yeah.
some other things, I'll take a picture
Oh, yeah.
sometimes, and
Yeah.
then I've read that that's a good technique, and that
That's a
helps.
good technique.
I don't
Yeah.
ever look at the picture,
I
but
know.
at
Well,
least I know it's there.
that's kind of the thing. When my parents moved out of their house, my mom was so attached to the furniture. So I went around and
Yeah.
took pictures of all because it was like old
Oh.
furniture from the 40s and all this stuff.
Yeah.
But then now we see the photos and they come up. We're like, meh, okay, that's a
Right.
picture of a table.
Right.
We don't really care. Anyways, Michelle, what's another episode our listeners could go to if they're having fun with All Ears English? They're learning how to
All
connect. They
right.
want to keep connecting. Yeah.
Another Saturday episode was you will be connecting with these phrases before you know it.
I love it. And what is our final thought for our listeners today? Takeaway.
Oh man, this is a very universal topic.
Yes.
Talking about what is needs to be purchased, maybe, right? I mean, there's so much that you could do with this. Something is breaking down, I need to buy something, but it could also be more about organizing and
Mhm.
sentimentality. So there's just so much that you can do with this because I really think this is something that everyone can relate to. What do you think, Lindsay?
Oh, 100%. That's what we love to do on this show. We find these global, universal human topics, and then we figure out how to articulate this in
Yes.
English and build a stronger connection with people through these topics. So go for it, guys. Don't be afraid. Open up a little bit. This topic requires a little. I opened up a few things, right?
Yeah.
About my laptop. That's a little embarrassing, but it's fun too, right? It's fun to open up
It's all
around this
good.
topic. It's okay to share a little more than maybe you would,
Yeah.
depending on who you're around. All right.
Yes,
Good stuff today.
exactly. Oh
All
my
right, Michelle.
gosh.
All right. We'll talk to you soon. Have a good day.
All right, you too. Bye, guys.
Bye.